Welcome back to another video of On Base Baseball. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of On Base. Now that the World Series is over, congratulations to the Texas Rangers. I thought it would be okay to go back and replay the playoffs. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with the wild card series and then work our way up. And let's see how it all plays out. Let's see if we can get close to what the results were in real life, or will it be different? So this is going to be Arizona and Milwaukee first. This is game one. And Arizona traveled to Milwaukee. They took both games on the road and won the series 2-0. So it was a best of five, or I'm sorry, a best of three. And they won the series 2-0. So let's just get right into it, because I just want to try to make this video as quick as possible. Played on October 3rd of this year. The NL Wild Card Series. This is game number one. For Arizona, leading off, it's Carroll. And then Marte hitting second. Pham is the third batter. And Christian Walker is hitting fourth. Gabby Moreno is fifth. Gurriel Jr. is hitting sixth, playing left field. Thomas is in center, hitting seventh. Longoria at third base hitting eighth, and Perdomo is a shortstop. He is hitting ninth. Going for the Diamondbacks is going to be Brandon Pfaadt. So he's going to get the game one start. He'll be opposed by Corbin Burns for Milwaukee. For the Brewers, it's going to be Yelich in left, leading off. Contreras at catcher. He'll be hitting second. Santana at first. The cleanup man is Mark Canha, the DH. Sal Frelick is in center field. He's hitting fifth. Willie Adames batting sixth, playing short. Josh Donaldson at third. He's hitting seventh. Tyrone is playing second, and he's batting eighth. And the ninth place hitter is Tyrone Taylor in right field. Again, Corbin Burns goes for Milwaukee. For Burns, 405 Sierra. He has a 25 stamina, and he is a right-handed pitcher. For Brandon Pfaadt, a 428 Sierra, 22 is his stamina, and he also is a right-handed pitcher. So Pfaadt will be pitching out of this third column, Burns out of the second column, and we'll see how this goes. Both games were pretty close, if I remember, in Milwaukee. So let's see how the offense plays out here. I've got all of my ratings here listed on the sheet. I'm going to be playing with the roster sheets. So these are the new roster sheets for 2023. You can see we have the Brew Crew here. And on the back, we have Arizona's batters. And so we'll be playing with those, doing any substitutions as needed. All right, let's get this one started. We got our 2d6 dice and a d10. We're going to be rolling the d10, and if it comes up a 10, then we'll just simply re-roll, because the game is based off of a d9. So that's how I like to do it. Keeps the percentages at 1 out of 9 instead of 1 out of 10, which is it's only a 1% difference, but you know, just like to be true to the game. So on your D10 dice, you want to read the small number first and then the large number second. There's 21 results here. You can see them all, 11 through 66. And we're going to look at the pitcher column first. So when the pitchers are pitching, we'll look over here first. If there's a result, then that's the result. If it's blank, then we go to the batter result. And the batter number that we're using here is in this column, the batter column, or the batting runs, defense, and speed. So on running plays, we'll use the speed. For defensive checks, we'll use the defense. And for all of our batting plays, we'll use the batting runs number. And then that number, so for Corbin Carroll, it's a 27. That's a 10 to a 30. So he's going to be in this third column. And I don't think we have any fourth column batters in this game. So everyone's going to be one of these first three columns. This third column, or fourth column here, it's actually the first column because it's 30 plus. It's the highest column. But then columns 2, 3, and 4, we sort of read it that way. This is column 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how I typically reference them. All right, so let's get into this one. And it's going to be leading off Corbin Carroll for the Snakes. And 11 for Corbin Burns is going to be a strikeout, and that's going to be a strikeout swinging. One down with Ketel Marte up 12 to Marte, who is a 22, so he's here, and that's going to be a ground out. That goes right back to the pitcher, and we'll say 1-3 on the putout. So 2 quick outs for Corbin Burns as he makes both outs himself. 16, we're going to need to roll that again. A 16 to Tommy Pham. Pham is a -2, so that's this third column. 16, well, there's nothing here, right? So we can look and see. That'll be a fly out. That fly out goes to center field. And that's 3 up, 3 down. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. I have to remember to go this way. These are just at-bats, so it's 1 through 7 at-bats, and then we'll have an opportunity to do our totals over here. So that'll be good. So no runs on no hits, nobody left on for Arizona in the top of the first, and we head to the bottom of the first. It'll be Brandon Pfaadt facing off against Yelich, Contreras, and Santana. 22, that could be good things here. Let's see, Pfaadt is in this third column, so there's a blank there, and a 22 for Yelich is going to be a double or a triple if the D9 is a 7, so that's going to be a 2-bagger. And standing at second base is going to be Christian Yelich with a leadoff double. Contreras up now, 23. Let's re-roll that. 23 is going to be nothing on the pitcher side, and 23 for third column batter will be a ground out with an error check. So the ground out is to third base. That's going to cause this player to hold. Let's try the error check. The error check is an 8, so there's no error there. So we're going to have this runner hold. We're going to go 5-3 on the putout. That's going to be out number 1, and the runner does not advance on the ground ball to third base. For Santana, this could be a big hit for him. 34, blank here, and 34 for a 2 batter is going to be a 2-bagger as he laces that one to left center field. And he's going to be in there with the stand-up double. That's an RBI. That's an RBI double. Sorry, for Santana. He comes in on the double, and Milwaukee takes the 1-0 lead. A 33 could be another possible hit here. So a 33 for a 5, a player in the same, and that's going to be driven high and deep to center field. And just like that, Mark Canha tags one to center field, and we have a 3-run first inning off of Brandon Pfaadt. Santana's going to come in on the home run, and that's a 2-run shot from Mark Canha as Milwaukee jumps out early, 3-0. 36 to Sal Frelick. 36 here is going to be a walk, so Frelick takes the walk. And tough start here for Brandon Pfaadt. 25 is going to be 25 to a -5, so he's here in this column. 25 will be a fly out with an error check, so it's a fly ball to center field. No error on the play, so we're going to go F8 on the putout. That's out number 2. No advancement from the runner. And that brings up Josh Donaldson. 25 is going to be a ground out. So 25 to a -1 is going to be, oh, I'm sorry, it's a fly out. A fly out with an error check. So fly ball to right field. And no error on the right fielder. And so that's going to be the out made by Corbin Carroll. And Milwaukee puts 3 on the board. And it's the 3-0 lead now for Corbin Burns as he heads out to the second inning. It'll be Walker, Moreno, and Gurriel Jr. for the Snakes. First, 26 for Corbin Carroll is a nothing, or Corbin Burns. A couple of Corbins in this one. 26 to a 17 batting runs is going to be a single with an error check. So it's a base hit to center field. Let's see if there's an error on the play. It's a 7, so no error. So that's going to be a base hit for Christian Walker. Base hit right up the middle. Walker at first, and Gabby Moreno to the plate. And 11 is going to be another strikeout for Burns as he gets Moreno looking. That's out number 1. So 1 down, and Gurriel Jr. to the plate. 15 will be a blank here, and 15 is going to be a base hit, and base hit to left field. So advancing on the play is Walker. He'll stop at second base, and that brings up Thomas to the plate. Thomas is a -14 batting runs. These are regular season numbers, by the way. Right now, let's go ahead and bunt with him. So let's do a sacrifice bunt. It says roll a D9. If the roll is 1 or 2, then the bunt is unsuccessful, which means the rest are successful. And it's a 4, and a 4 is going to be a successful sacrifice bunt. So the runners are going to move up, and that will be out number 2. So runners at second and third with 2 outs, and Evan Longoria to the plate. So we move up from Alec Thomas being in this column to now we have a hitter in a better column. So let's see if Longoria can deliver. A 56 is going to be a strikeout. So Longoria goes down swinging, and that'll be out number 3. And of course, baseball is about opportunities, and it's about percentages, which is why dice baseball works so well. So we're just rolling the dice on the percentages, right? Trying to get a better percentage of hitter. All right, for the bottom of the second inning, it's going to be Tyrone Taylor and Christian Yelich coming up for Milwaukee. 15 to Brandon Pfaadt is nothing, and a 15 to Tyrone is going to be a single with an error check. So let's roll that again. That's a single to right field. No error on the play as Carroll scoops it up and gets it in with no problem. And Tyrone is standing at first base. He's a 7, so we're going to go and try to roll with him. A 1 to 7 is going to be a stolen base. It's a 3, and so he's going to be in there with the steal. And we have a runner at second base now with nobody out, and Taylor at the plate. 14. 14, you can see here, is going to be a double off of Pfaadt's card. So Pfaadt getting hammered here as he gives up the double down the right field line. Cruising into second base is Taylor. Thought about 3, but he's going to stay at second base. And it's now 4-0 Milwaukee. This could be problems again as Yelich comes back around for his second at bat. A 33 to Christian Yelich is going to be a double. So back-to-back doubles, that nets another run. And this one is getting ugly quick. I think we're going to have to go to the bullpen if he can't get out of this inning. So that's going to be a 5-0 lead for Milwaukee. 36 to Contreras. 36 is going to be a walk. Runners at first and second now. And nobody out. Desperately, Pfaadt is desperately in need of a double play. I don't think he's going to get it here. 45 is going to be a fly ball, though, so that goes down the left field line. There'll be a fly out to left field. No movement by the runners. Brings up Mark Canha. He hit a 2-run jack in his first at bat. This is going to be Mark Canha with another with a fly ball, but this one is going to be shorter. He's a 5, so that's a fly out with an error check. Fly ball to right field. That goes to Corbin Carroll. He's going to make the play in right. Yelich is a 6. So we could try no wild pitches, so no real way for him to get home. 2 outs, he's going to score on a base hit anyway. Let's just keep him at second base. And that brings up Sal Frelick. Frelick with the 25. That's going to be a fly ball to right field, another error check, and Carroll makes the play in right. And that's going to be all she wrote for the inning. But Milwaukee does score 2 in the second, and they lead it 5-0 after the first 2 innings. It'll be Perdomo, Carroll, and Marte in inning number 3. 56. That's going to be a for a -1 player. That's going to be a strikeout looking. As Burns gets Perdomo striking out, leading off the inning. 55, this is going to be a line out or a foul out. Let's see, it's a 1, so it's going to be a line out. And that line drive goes to the third baseman. So we go L5 on the put out. As Carroll hits it hard, the opposite field, but right at the third baseman, Donaldson, who makes a nice play. Brings up Marte, a 15. It's going to be nothing here. So 15 for Marte will be a ground out, and the ground out goes to the second baseman. 4-3 on the put out, and 1-2-3 go the Diamondbacks in the top of the third. We head to the bottom of the third, and it's going to be the bottom of the order for Milwaukee: Adames, Donaldson, and Tyrone. .34 for Willy Adames is going to be another double, as it's doubles abounding in this game. And I might just have the magic touch. I don't know, that one was ripped over the left fielder's head off the wall. And Adames is at second base. It's going to be Donaldson up. He's a -1. And Donaldson is going, it's a double play or a strikeout. So with a runner at second, there's no force out anywhere. So that's going to be a strikeout. As Fott gets Donaldson looking for the first out of the inning. I believe that's his first strikeout of the game. 1 down and a runner at second base, and Tyrone standing up. He's a -22 batting runs, but plus defender, plus runner, so he brings some things to the table, but not offense. So 25 is going to be a fly ball with an error check, so fly ball to left center field, and that's a 1, and so that's going to be an error on the left fielder, Gurriel Jr. So we're going to say E7, and that's going to put the runner at third base. So just a 1 base error. And runners at the corners now. Taylor to the plate. A 15 is going to be nothing off the pitcher, and a 15 here is going to be another base hit. So this will be an RBI single for Tyrone Taylor. His second RBI of the game. And the runner on first with 2 outs is going to go to, oh, I'm sorry, just 1 out, right? So he's going to make his way to second base. Runners at first and second now. And 11 is nothing off of the pitcher. And for Yelich, that's going to be yet another double, as he's got, oh, yeah, he's got 3 doubles in the game. And it's crazy talk around here as he drives in 1. So he's going to drive in this runner here. And Taylor's in 8, so let's go ahead and roll for that. If it's 1 to 8, he'll be safe at home. It'll be a 2-run double. It is, and so he's going to, man, sorry, it's early. So he's in on the double. And I think that's got to be it for Fott, right? We can't keep him in the game, that's for sure. He's given up 5, 6, 7, 8 runs now, and this one is a laugher. I would not blame you for turning this one off. Or you can go down into the description and you can click on the I'll put timestamps for the highlights for the rest of the game, so you can do that if you want. So let's go ahead and bring in somebody. How about Ryan Nelson? He's got some stamina to him. Wrong one. Ryan Nelson, 21. He's a right-hander, 525. Man, I don't know if it's going to get any better. But We got to try something, because whatever Fott's doing just isn't working. So Fott goes 2 1/3. He gives up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits, 8 runs. Not all of them are earned, but he does give up 8 runs, and then it's going to be 1 walk, 2 walks, sorry, and 1 strikeout. So about as bad a start as you could possibly make, Fott has made. And it's going to be Nelson now, Ryan Nelson to the plate. Here's a 12, and he's facing off against Contreras. Nelson is going to be a 5-12, so he's in this last column, so there's even more fireworks to be had over there. 12 against a 19 is going to be a ground out with a runner advance, so a little chopper as he's going to advance on the fielder's choice, and that's going to be a little chopper to shortstop. So the only play is to first, and that's going to be out number 2. Nelson just looking to get out of this inning. Santana, nothing here with a 45. Santana's a 2, and a 45 is going to be a fly ball. So mercifully, this one ends with a fly ball to left center, and that's going to be out number 3. But the Brew Crew put 3 more on the board. They now lead 8-0 in this one as we hit to the top of the 4th. For Arizona, it'll be Pham, Walker, and Moreno. 56 is, so Tommy Pham is here. 56 is going to be a strikeout. 1 down now. As Corbin Burns so far cruising, we'll see if that keeps up. Walker with a 34, Walker 34, that's going to be a home run chance or a strikeout if it's in the D9 is an 8 or 9. He's a 17, it's a 34, and that's going to be bombs away for Christian Walker as he hammers one to deep center field. Don't know what it is about center field in Milwaukee, but the batters seem to like it. That's going to be a solo home run, and Arizona gets on the board with their first. It's now 8-1, Milwaukee over Arizona. Moreno stands in, 16 to Moreno. He is a +1, and so that's going to be a fly out. That goes out to straightaway right field. And the right fielder is Taylor. He'll make the play for out number 2. 2 down in the inning. Burns has given up a solo home run, but 1 out away from getting out of this 4th. A 46. 46 is going to be, should be a strikeout. Let's see, Gurriel's a 4, and that's going to be a strikeout swing as Burns gets Gurriel on the fastball. The Snakes do get 1. It's going to be 8-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Ryan Nelson is in the game, and he'll face off against Canha, Frelick, and Willie Adames. 16, so he narrowly avoids the home run. And the 16 here is going to be a fly out. That goes out to straightaway left field. The left fielder is, who is out there? Gurriel. So Gurriel makes the play for out number 1. Brings up Sal Frelick. Frelick with the hot start in his career, but he's going to rip a double over the right fielder as that goes off the wall. And he's standing at second base. Frelick handling that pitch. Brings up Willie Adames, 1 out and a runner in scoring position. A 25 is going to be a fly ball with an error check. So this is a fly ball to right field. Possible error check. The right fielder is Corbin Carroll. He's a minus defender, so that's actually going to be an E9. So second error of the game from an outfielder. And that's going to put runners at first and third with 1 out. Donaldson to the plate, and this could be a perfectly placed ground ball. Let's see a 24. 24 is nothing there. And for Donaldson, 24 is going to be a double play. and that's going to go 4, 6, 3, as it's just what the doctor ordered. Out number 2, out number 3. And Nelson gets out of that one having given up no runs, even though first and third one out. And the error does not hurt the Diamondbacks. So we head to the top of the 5th inning. It is 8-1. And for the D-backs, it's Thomas, Longoria, and Perdomo. All right, a -14 for Alek Thomas, who's 0 for 0. He had a sacrifice hit in his last at-bat. So Burns, a 44 is going to be nothing. And for Thomas, a 44 is going to be a base hit. A long single. So it's a single with an asterisk. Maybe it's hard to see that, but it's a single with an asterisk, and he's going to wind up at second base. So on the single with an asterisk, a long single, if the player's speed value is greater than or equal to 6, then he gets the extra base. So it's basically like sort of like hitting one into the gap. Single turns into a double. Runners on second and third score with no throw. Runner on first goes to third. So with his speed, which is a 7, Alek Thomas makes it to second base. So that's going to be a double for Thomas, and he's in scoring position for Evan Longoria. 34 could be good things here. Let's see, Longoria is a -3. So a 34 is going to be a double as Longoria knocks home the runner from second base. That's going to be an RBI for the veteran third baseman. And it's now 8-2 as Arizona tries to climb back into this one. A 46 is going to be a strikeout, I believe. So let's just double check that. 46 is going to be a double play or a strikeout. And that's Burns getting Perdomo looking. That'll be the first out of the inning. That's the second strikeout of the day for Perdomo. Brings up Corbin Carroll. 45. This could be good things as well. Let's see. 45 is going to be a single, so that's a base hit to right field. Longoria, no speed, so he's going to hold up at third, as that was sharply hit to the right fielder. Brings up Ketel Marte. Marte of the 22, and a 56 is going to be a hit by pitch or a walk. So that's a 10. That's not right. So it's going to be a walk, and that's going to load the bases. So we got bases loaded and Corbin Burns in the game so far. 8-2 is our score, and Tommy Pham with an opportunity to get the D-backs all the way back into this one. This is going to be a ground out, and that's going to go to first base. So on a ground out, typically what I do on a regular ground out is I take if there's an opportunity for that out at second base, almost always take that out at second base. So I'm going to take that fielder's choice right here, and that's going to be out number 2. This runner is going to advance, and it's going to be a 3-6 on the fielder's choice. That's going to advance this runner here. So they give up the run for the out, and that will be an RBI to the batter. So RBI ground out on the fielder's choice from Tommy Pham brings up Christian Walker, who is 2 for 2 with a bomb. Hit a home run in his last at bat. Not going to get so lucky here. This is going to be a line drive, and that'll be lined to second base, and that'll be out number 3. So Corbin Carroll dinged up a little bit the last couple of innings. He gives up 2 to Arizona. It's now 8-3, Milwaukee over Arizona. He can go 25 batters. He's at 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So he can do another inning where we don't have to make any sort of adjustments. His adjustment is from column 2 to 3. So we'll just have to see. For Milwaukee to be Tyrone Taylor and Christian Yelich. 25. 25 is going to be a fly ball with an error check. That's a fly ball out to right center field. The error check is on the center fielder. No error on the play. And, excuse me, Thomas makes the play. Out number 1. Tyrone Taylor. 45 is going to be a fly out. That goes down the left field line. Hustling over to the line is going to be Gurriel Jr. And he'll make the play for out number 2. Back to the top of the order with Christian Yelich. They've yet to get Yelich out. He's got 3 doubles in the game and 3 RBIs. 36 is going to be a walk as he gets on base again. Yelich at first with Contreras at the plate. 56 to Contreras. He is a 19, so he's here. So that's going to be a hit by pitch or a walk. It'll be a walk, and back-to-back walks for Ryan Nelson have put runners at first and second with 2 out. That means that Yelich is in scoring position for Santana. Now Santana with a 12, that's going to be a ground out with the runner advancing, and so with 2 outs doesn't really matter. That'll just be a ground out to second base. We're going to go 4-3 on the put out, and that's going to be that. So if you know here with the ground outs, oh, I'm sorry, it was shortstop, 6-3. So you do the, you match the position on a 1 to 6. So 1 is a pitcher, 2 is a catcher, 3 is first base, etc. And then on a 7 or 8, it's to the shortstop, and a 9 is to the second baseman. So if you're wondering how I'm getting, you know, where the ball's being hit, that's how I'm getting it. So we have something for ground outs, line outs, strikeouts, fly outs. The D10 is going to be your player finder, so to speak. So no runs on no hits. There were 2 walks, so they leave 2 runners on base, and Nelson has come down and sort of quieted the waters here since he came in. He's only given up 1 hit so far, and there was an error and a couple of walks, but otherwise he's held the Milwaukee Brewers in check where Fott couldn't. And you know, it's just weird because Fott is going from a better column than Ryan Nelson, but it really just sometimes comes down to the dice roll. It's that day, it's whatever, man. I can't explain it. I just know that it happens. Sometimes if you switch the pitchers, even if they're from the same column, one is pitching better than the other. I have no idea why it happens like that. All right, but it's going to be a runaway die. So it'll be Gabby Moreno, Lourdes, is it Lourdes Gurriel? Lourdes Gurriel, and Alec Thomas. For the, I want to call them the fish, but these guys are the snakes. It's 8-3. Arizona's gotten themselves back into this game. And let's see if they can do some damage here. It's probably the last inning for Burns, and we'll see how he gets through it. If he gets through it pretty easily, then maybe it won't be. 26 for Burns. And we go to the batter. So 26 is going to be a ground out. That's right back to the pitcher. Burns makes the play to first, and that will be out number 1. Brings up Lourdes Gurriel Jr. 25 to Gurriel is going to be a fly ball. That's to left center field, and the left fielder Yelich makes the play as he ranges over into the gap, and a nice running catch for Yelich. Brings up Alec Thomas with 2 down. He doubled and scored in his last at bat. 46 is not going to get it done, as 46 for him is going to be a strikeout. It's a swinging strikeout as Burns gets yet another K, and 3 up, 3 down goes Arizona in the 6th. 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. His stamina is 25, so he can go another inning. I don't dock them until they go out in an inning where they're past their stamina. So again, their stamina is their average batter's face per game that they pitched. So 25 is his average. It doesn't bother me that he's still strong at 26, 27, 28, because he probably would have been. You know, he's a horse. He's a number one. So we go to the bottom of the inning, and it's going to be Canha, Frelick, and Adames. And for Arizona, it's still Nelson out there. 44 is going to be nothing. And a 44 to Mark Canha is a base hit. And that's a base hit up the middle for Mark Canha as he knocks it through past the shortstop. This will be Sal Frelick to the plate, a 26. 26 is nothing here. And for Frelick, a 26 is going to be a ground out. That goes to the second baseman. We're going to take the fielder's choice here, as they only get one. So we're going to go 4-6 on that fielder's choice. So Canha now standing at first base. Or, I'm sorry, Frelick at first base, and Canha is thrown out at second. Let's go ahead and try to steal with Sal Frelick. 1-6, he's safe. Oh, and he gets thrown out. For out number 2, young and frisky, Frelick is, and he gets thrown out. Brings up Willie Adames. Adames is 1 for 3 with a double. He's got a 14 here. 14 is going to be a second double in this game, and doubles abound for these players. It will be Donaldson with a runner in scoring position, 36. To this pitcher, he's catching all of the not breaks for Ryan Nelson. So he's not catching any of the blank spots. But brings up Tyrone. Tyrone is 1 for 3. He's been on twice. He's got a 45 here. 45 to a -22. That's going to be a fly ball out to left field. And the play is made out in left by Gurriel. And that's going to be out number 3. So Ryan Nelson, admirable in his relief work of Brandon Pfaadt. This is Brandon Pfaadt. This is Ryan Nelson. So we got Corbin Burnes going out for the 7th inning. It's 8-3 as he has a 5-run lead. And he has been pitching well the entire game. Let's see. Longoria doubled and had an RBI in his last at-bat. Here he's got a 55. That's going to be a line drive. So it's a foul if it's a 6. So it's going to be a line drive. And you can't have a line drive to the catcher. So if the D9 is a 2 on a line drive, then change the outcome to a pop out to the catcher. So it's going to be P2 on the put out. And that will bring up Perdomo. 25 to Perdomo. Again, Burnes is still pitching out of this column here because he went out at 25 batters. He went out to start the inning. He wasn't past his stamina. He was right at his stamina. So a 25 to Perdomo. That's going to be a fly ball with an error check. So fly ball to straightaway left. Error check on Christian Yelich, and he makes the play. For out number 2, this will be 2 down in the inning. And we head to the top of the order, Corbin Carroll. Carroll is 1 for 3. A 25 is going to be another fly ball. Carroll is in the 3rd column, so that's going to be a fly. You can see all the way across that 25 is a fly out with an error check. All the way across, 23 is a ground out with an error check. So you can kind of remember some of these. 46 is going to be a double play or a strikeout unless you have the very best batters. They avoid a double play. So 25 is a fly ball. That goes out to left field. We're checking on Christian Yelich again. It is a 7, and Yelich is up to the task. So that's going to be out number 3 as he squeezes it and puts it away. 3 up, 3 down goes Arizona in the 7th. And they had a little bit of flurry of activity here, but haven't had much else going on in the game. As that'll probably be it for Corbin Burnes, as they're going to bring in the bullpen after this. And for Nelson, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 8 is 16. We'll send him out there for one more inning, see if he can get through the 7th, and then maybe make a change here. 56 to Tyrone Taylor is, what is he, -4. So that's going to be a strikeout, and that'll be a strikeout swinging. For Taylor, Taylor is 2 for 4 now. He's had a good day. Back to the top of the order with Christian Yelich. Yelich is 3 for 3. He's got 3 doubles and a walk. 44. 44 is nothing here, and a 44 here is going to be yet another walk. So Yelich on base again with the base on balls. He's got 2 walks in the game and an on base percentage of 1,000. For Contreras, Contreras over 2 does have a couple of walks. The 16 is not going to be a walk for Contreras, so it's going to be a fly out, but he hits it deep to left field, and Yelich gets a good beat on it. So we're going to go F7, and Yelich is going to advance on the fly ball. So we have a runner at second base with 1 out, and Santana up to the plate. Santana is a 2 batting runs. So a 23 to a 2 is going to be a ground out to second base with an error check. Oh, and that's going to be an error on the second baseman, Marte. Oh, that could be costly. Let's see. That's going to be an E4. 3rd error of the game for the Diamondbacks. And that puts runners at first and third. Let's see if Canha can drive them in, and he can. 22 is going to be a rip as he drills this one to right center field. Mark Canha with his 2nd home run of the game. Who would have thought? As he goes bombs out to right field. That's going to be a 3-run shot. Mark Canha vying for player of the game. 2 home runs, 5 RBIs so far in this one. And that might just put the game out of reach. So that's enough for him. And let's see what we got here. So look and see who they were bringing in during the postseason. How about Saul Frank? I know Saul Frank was a high leverage guy, but they gotta just stop the bleeding. So Saul Frank comes in. He's gonna be here. He is a lefty, 4 stamina, 365. For Ryan Nelson, he goes 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. He gives up 3 runs. He had 1, 2, 3, 4 walks. Eesh. And not many strikeouts. 1 K. And he goes 1, 2, 3, 4 innings. So it gives them a good bridge, but boy, this one just was bad from the start. It's 11-3 now, as Milwaukee has blown this one wide open. And the new pitcher is Saul Frank. It's okay. And he's got Frelick up. A 66 against a -2 is going to be a long single, and Frelick is a 6, so he's going to turn that into a double as he hits it down the left field line and stretches that into a double. Brings up Willie Adames. Saul Frank is pitching out of this second column, by the way, so a 13 to Adames. It's going to be a ground out to second base. So 4-3 on the put out. That's going to be out number 2. The runner moves up on the fielder's choice, and that brings up Donaldson. Donaldson is going to strike out. So Donaldson with the strikeout swinging. He is 0 for the day, 0 for 4 now. He does have a walk. But Milwaukee puts another 3 spot up, so three innings with 3 runs in it. It's tough. Tough for the D-backs. And we're going to get a new pitcher for Milwaukee. And that pitcher will be, I don't know. So we're looking at who's been in games here. Let's go with Elvis Peguero. Why not? Peguero, right-handed pitcher, can go 4 batters and a 4.07 Sierra. He got into 59 games, had a 381 FIP, which gives him a 3.38 ERA. And he's going to come in for Corbin Carroll. That'll be right here. Corbin Carroll's day is done. He goes 7 innings. And he gives up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits, 3 runs. How many walks? It's like 1 walk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Ks. So a really nice start for him. He's on the hook for the win. And let's see if Milwaukee can complete here against the Diamondbacks. It'll be Marte, Pham, and Walker. 23 to Marte. So Peguero is pitching out of this second column. And a 23 to Marte is going to be a ground out with an error check. So that's a ground ball to second base. Let's see about the error. No error on the play. So play is made by the second baseman Tyrone over to first. And that's going to be out number 1. Brings up Tommy Pham, 46. 46 to Tommy Pham is going to be a strikeout, and that one is looking as Peguero gets his first K. And Christian Walker up with 2 outs. Walker is 2 for 3. He has a home run and a single. 26 to Walker will be a single with an error check. So it's a single to left field. Fielded cleanly by Christian Yelich. And Walker is on board for the 3rd time. 3 for 4 now for Christian Walker. A little bit different than real life. And it's going to be Gabby Moreno. Moreno is 0 for the day. 46 is not going to help him out, as he is going to strike out looking. And Peguero comes in and does the job as he gets Arizona in the top of the 8th. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is 11 to 3. And let's get one more pitcher in there. Let's get Saul Frank out. He came in. He pitched 2/3 of an inning. 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 1 K. And what do we have? Somebody who got in quite a bit here. How about Miguel Castro? Castro, a right-handed pitcher. 4 stamina. And a 412. Yeah. So 412 Sierra for him. So he'll be pitching out of this 3rd column. He'll face off against Tyrone and Taylor, and then back to the top with Christian Yelich. 12 is going to be a ground out that goes to the second baseman. Marte is over to first with it. Walker squeezes it for out number 1, and that brings up Taylor. Taylor 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. 15 is going to be another base hit. So a single up the middle for Taylor, and he's standing at first base. 11-3, we're not going to run up by that much, but let's see what happens here. So it's going to be Yelich to the plate, a 45 for Christian Yelich, who is a 17. That's going to be a base hit. So back-to-back hits for the Brew Crew. Let's see about going first to third, a 1-8. He's going to be safe at third. He does go first to third on the single. So runners at the corners with 1 out, and William Contreras to the plate. 44 is going to be nothing here, and a 44 to Contreras will be a walk. So bases are loaded now with 2 down. With 1 out, and Santana to the plate. 15 to Santana, who is a 2 batting run. So 15 is going to be a base hit. That's going to get everybody up, moving up 1 base. That should be there, and that should be there. So another hit, another run, and that's going to be Mark Canha to the plate. 35, Canha with a 3-run bomb. His last at bat. A 35. Haven't seen too many in the 30s here. 35 to Mark Canha is going to be a strikeout, and that's a strikeout looking, and that'll be out number 2. So base is still loaded. 2 outs now. Base hit scores 2, and a 46 is going to be to Sal Frelick, and a 46 to Frelick is going to be a strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning for Castro, but not before he gives up 1, and that's going to be 4, 7, 9, 12 to 3. And Peguero can go 4. Let's go ahead and just send him out there for another inning. He's gone 4 right now. We don't have to change his column. Let's just see if we can get through the bottom of the order here. 13 to Lourdes Gurriel Jr. is going to be a ground out that goes to the third baseman. We'll go 5-3 on the put out as Donaldson puts him away. Milwaukee 2 outs away from a game 1 win. A 56 to a -14. 56, that's going to be a strikeout. So that's a strikeout looking as Peguero. It's terrible too. As Peguero gets him looking, 2 back-to-back Ks for Alec Thomas. Evan Longoria, last hope, he's 1 for 3. He's got a double, RBI double, back in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th inning. And a 13 is not going to do much of anything, as that's going to be a ground out to the shortstop. And the shortstop is who? Adames. He's going to wing it over to first. And just like that, that is a game 1 winner. So Milwaukee holds serve, and they win this one 12-3. Ouch. As Brandon Pfaadt, 9 hits, 8 runs, 2 walks, and only 1 K in 2 1/3 innings pitched. I probably left him out there too long, but he was just getting shelled. Gave up a home run to Mark Canha. Gave up some unearned runs here as well. But boy, just getting shellacked with the doubles all over the place. And they kept finding the 14, which is not good. So let's go ahead and figure this guy out. So he goes 2 innings to finish it up. He gives up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 3 Ks. So a nice little outing for Peguero. Have to keep that one in our back pocket and remember. So he gets the win, Fott gets the loss. Castro goes 1 inning. He gives up 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 2 Ks. All right, so total of hits here, it's going to be 13, 14, 17 hits for the Brew Crew, and 7 hits for Arizona. Now Arizona had a lot of errors here, so it's going to just count them up. So 1, 2, 3 errors for the Diamondbacks, and I want to say they had an error over here, but no errors for Milwaukee. So that's where we are, and I think it's going to be Mark Canha here. He had he's 3 for 6 with 3 RBIs, 2 home runs. So we're going to give it to Mark Canha. As tough as that is to give it to an ex-Met, but he deserved it, as he goes bombs twice in this one. Multi-home run, multi-RBI game. And that is game 1. So hopefully, I don't know if you made it all the way through or if you're just here for the highlights. But again, if you just want to see the highlights, you could click through. I'm going to put those in each of these games. But the first game goes to Milwaukee, 12-3. And 17 hits for the Brew Crew. Corbin Burns, 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 8 Ks, 1 walk. So very nice start for him. And Mark Canha just goes off on the Arizona pitching. All right, game 2 will be coming up. I'm just going to play out each series and then post them. And then as we get a winner, I'll move on to the next series. And so I'm not going to do like staggered broadcasts or anything like that where you see this game and this game. Excuse me, I'm just going to do a game at a time through the series. So if Milwaukee wins the next game, then I'll go on to the other wild card in the National League, and then just kind of make my way through the American League as well. So that's how I intend to play it. So a 7-game series, you're going to see sort of the 7-game series, one video after another. 5-game series, same thing. So we'll see how long this takes, and just try to pump out a game a day if I can. The games typically only take about 30 minutes. This one is a little longer. There's a lot more runs and changes and things like that, but the pitching just wasn't up to par for Fott. Did not perform like he did in real life. In real life, he was quite a bit better than that. So we'll see if I want to say the game 2 starter is Gallen. Hopefully a little better pitching matchup for Arizona. All right, I think that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.